Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to create a fun winter scene card with a couple of brand new items over at Pretty Pink Posh. This is it's just called Village. And then this is the adorable Snowmen Friends Stamp set. Both of these have coordinating dies and they're brand new to the shop. To celebrate this month's brand new release, Pretty Pink Posh is having a blog hop. It's a 3-day long blog hop and today is day 1. I hope you can join in the fun. There's a giveaway to go with it, and then there's also like an extra perk or bonus. If you spend over $125 at Pretty Pink Posh, you get a free unreleased yet stencil. So details for that are over on my blog or Pretty Pink Posh if you want to head over there and check that out. But with that being said, let's jump in. I guess I already did. I'm stamping 2 snowmen. I wanted the 2 snowmen that were kind of that you could face each other. One's kind of a boy, one's a girl. We'll stamp those and then set this aside and bring in the Misty and stamp our village. I'm going to stamp the village twice. First, we'll ink it up with Memento Tuxedo Black ink on craft colored cardstock. And then we'll stamp it on some white cardstock. I want to do a little bit of paper piecing with it, and I think white with the craft is just going to make it stand out really good. So let's ink this up. And the nice thing about the village, guys, is it is one piece and the die is one piece, but they're actually separated. So if you want to add layers, it is a little bit too long to put horizontal on an A2 size card front, but if you were to fussy cut them, you could layer them together to create a cute little scene with all 3 in front. I think that's what makes it extra special. They're all full-size buildings. Okay, we have all 3 of our panels here. I'm gonna skip the coloring, but it's basically reds with a little bit of grays. I'm gonna add red highlights to the scarf and the hat, and also to the door that's over on my white village there, and then the chimney tops too. And I did add a little green polka dot to the little scarf and then colored in the hat with some warm gray inks. All we have left to do is rosy up their cheeks because it's cold outside. And speaking of cold outside, I have my first winter bug, I suppose. Well, actually not even winter, but my first seasonal bug. Last year with all the disinfectants and hand sanitizers and social distancing, we didn't get any bugs, but I got one this time, so forgive my scratchy throat. Okay, after my coloring's done, we're gonna cut out our snowman with the coordinating dies along with our village, and then you can see I fussy cut along the line with the village that we stamped on the white cardstock. This is how we're going to paper piece. The door we're going to directly adhere, but the rest of the elements that are basically white, we're going to pop up with foam adhesive. Kind of gives it a little animated look. So I'm just trimming down some thin strips to put on the steeples here. And like I said, this will fit nice for slimline cards too, which is great. This release is so much fun, guys. We'll add some foam squares to the windows. Sometimes I like to add it to the bigger piece of paper and then just remove the release paper all at once. And then all we have to do is add our extra little pieces versus putting them behind those little pieces. Now I only colored one door and fussy cut that out with the red ink. I may have to go in later and color in a little bit more, but I plan on creating a snowbank, and it's going to hide the lower portion of my village, so I wasn't sure if I should color them in or not. We'll add our roofs, and then we'll add our windows, and then last we'll add a little glue to our door here, and then we'll paper piece that in there. And I love these colors together. You can see how it kind of does look animated. Okay, after we have this done, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of gray to our roofs. It's going to add like a little shadow, and then I'll take my yellow Copic marker and then we're going to go over the windows. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add yellow to the windows or not, but I think this is a very pale yellow, and it's going to work out great. Kind of makes them look realistic. Okay, I'm taking some white cardstock and we're going to create a snowbank with it. I'm freehanding it, but if you guys have hillside border dies, go for it. You could use those. I did make my hillside larger on the right and then kind of sloping down towards the left. In that left area, our sentiment is going to fit perfectly, so I stamped that with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and it's Let It Snow is the only sentiment in the Snowmen Friends stamp set, but it's awful pretty. Now this is my A2 size card base. You can see the size. Now if you were to, again, fussy cut each one of these out or separate them, you could actually squeeze them on the front, and I think that would make a fun village. Or it would fit landscape style. I'm not pressing down too well after I added foam adhesive. After I added my tape runner, because I'm not sure if I need to adjust it, which I do. So we're going to scoot it down just a little bit. And then we'll add our snowbank that we popped up with foam tape. And it looks like we might have to color in the door that's all the way to the right, and then also a window. So we'll do that in just a bit. We're just going to trim off the excess. I kept the little pieces when I was fussy cutting, so in case I needed them, I had them. You can see there. I'm just going to grab my red markers, color in the door, and then we'll go ahead and fussy cut this little piece out and then add this to our door that's partially hidden. We might have to trim this out because the foam tape behind there is probably going to block it. So let's trim a little bit, and then we'll paper piece our door here. Then I'm going to do the same thing to our window that's over on the right side, although for the window I'm going to go ahead and add a foam square and pop this up like the rest of them. And I just think that looks, I should have just did all the windows. I think that would have been better, but you know what they say about the hindsight. Okay, we have two little windows on the right with a little church style building. We'll end up fixing that in just a bit. I'm going to add foam adhesive behind each of my snowmen. Now instead of having them facing each other, I thought it'd be more playful if they're facing opposite. And so I just kind of crisscrossed them a little bit and added them right next to the sentiment. And then you guys, Pretty Pink Posh has lots and lots of pearls that are brand new to the shop. This is marshmallow, and they make the perfect snowballs. So I'm going to add that in the upper area of my card. There's 3 different sizes in here too, so it works out perfect. I also have my onyx pearls, and then I'm going to bring in some cherry red pearls. I thought we would add, instead of just keeping our little buttons plain, we'll add a little dimension with the smallest pearls in these sets. It works out perfectly, and I'm just having a problem here flipping that last pearl over, but it does give a little bit of dimension, and I love the way this turned out. Now last but not least, I did fussy cut out my window, and you can see I placed that on there. I'm going to bring in some glossy accents, and we're going to add a little shine, creating some window panes over all of the yellow areas of our window. And then that completes my card for today, guys. I sure hope you can join us for the vlog hop. It's a 3-day long vlog hop, and today's day 1. But there's a giveaway, and I encourage you guys to check it out. Thanks so much for joining me. We will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.